Hello, brick sculptors. Welcome to Brick Sculpt. This is Chris, and I got a little surprise today. When I got to work, I found something sitting on my workbench, and it was this. Check out this cool old Lego bin. One of my coworkers also does junk removal on the side, and he got this in a junk removal job. So he knew that I'm a bit of a Lego person, gave it to me, and what a cool little piece of nostalgia here. And of course, the main reason he gave it to me, it is full of old Lego. So we're going to go ahead and check that out. But first of all, how cool is this case? Now, I did have a few of these when I was a kid. I don't know if mine were Lego cases or something else, but they were the same basic style. And I'll be honest, I absolutely hated them. And I hated them for one reason. There's a lip on these all the way around. It is so hard to get stuff out of here, and you can't dump it out effectively because little parts always get stuck in here. But nonetheless, super cool case. I think that's probably the coolest part of the whole thing. So let's go ahead and dump this out, sort it out here, and see what we got. Maybe we'll find some treasures in here. Who knows? This is what I'm talking about. See how all the Lego gets stuck down here as I dump it. Now, this is completely fresh to me. I haven't sorted this. I've looked through it a tiny bit, but I really don't know what I'm getting in here. I get the feeling it's mostly going to be older stuff, primary colors, older pieces, but free Lego is always the best kind of Lego. This is what I'm talking about. You can't empty these things. They're horrible. Look at how much is still in there. It just doesn't float all over the floor. Alright, I'm going to work on getting this emptied, and then I'm going to do a little sorting here. Maybe I'll show you some of the highlights of what I pull out of this. Let's go ahead and pop this into a time lapse. Alright, I got everything sorted out, and let me show you the breakdown here. I got some cool stuff. So, first of all, this is the junk bin. Miscellaneous parts of old toys, stuff that never going to have a use. A little bit of Playmobil in here. I think this is Playmobil. I'm not positive. Pretty sure that's not Lego. Yeah, a little bit of Playmobil. Oh man, I had these as a kid. I don't know what they're called. Were they Connects, maybe? Let me know in the comments if you know that. I think these were Connects. And they had like beams that went between them. Super cool toy. Maybe that's what I had that came in. You know what I think came in this was, in these kind of bins, was those, what were they called? I don't know. Let me know if you know what those are. But anyway, we got a sorry game piece here. That's pretty cool. Traffic cone. Lots of junk. Little junk. Oh, look at this. The world's oldest pretzel. It's like white now. That's cool. Send that off to a museum. What else do we have here? Piece of a really cool base plate that is broken. So just junk. Ooh, little tiny wrench. That's nice. Little gem there. We'll put that up on the shelf. For good luck, of course. All right, so a bunch of garbage. We don't need to see any more of that. That is going to get discarded because there's really nothing there worth keeping. Okay, what's next? Let's look at some cool stuff. So this bin here is all just kind of run-of-the-mill parts. You know, a lot of primary colors, old school stuff. Oh, I got another minifig head in there. I tried to pull all the minifig stuff out as best I could. Nothing crazy exciting in here, though. Just kind of generic old Lego parts, as you would expect to see in a bin like this. But we did get some kind of unique stuff in here. Got some larger bulk pieces. This is cool. I love these giant windscreens. Never have uses for these. If you're like a retro builder, though, making like old space stuff or old like Aquazone, maybe. I think that's what this is from. These are pretty cool. Not really my cup of tea, but everyone Legos differently. This is the longest ladder I've ever seen. I have some of these that are shorter. That's huge. So no idea what it's from, but I've got one now. What else? This was cool. I do have some more modern forklift pieces. This is awesome because it uses finger joints. I've never seen this before. and I actually kind of like it better than the modern ones. Super cool. Add it to the pile. I got this sail from some sort of sailboat or sailboard, windsurfing, whatever it is. I don't know. I got a few minifigs. This guy here's got the wrong color arm. I love this fig because if you follow my stuff closely, that is the fig. I think he had black pants. Maybe blue. Actually, no, I think it was blue with the red hat. Might be wrong. But that is the fig from the Rocky River Retreat. I think his fig was in a few other sets as well, but that's what I think of with it. That's why I recognize that face, that vest. Super cool fig. I've got a bunch of them. Now I have one more. Couple loose heads. Here's, oh man, what were these called? Like Mega Man or something? Or shoot, I forgot that theme. It's not Mega Man. But there was a cool theme with that old school stuff from when I was super young. A little zipper there. We could put a head on that one. There we go. And helmet. We got a hat. Nothing too crazy exciting with minifigs. Just older stuff. I did get an octopus. How cool is that? I do have a couple of these already, but that's pretty sweet. Motorcycle. I love these old school motorcycles. I've got a few of them. Usually they're often broken right up here, so it's pretty cool. This is complete. They also tend to break down here or the handlebars. These get played with rough usually, but fully complete. And honestly, this stuff's in pretty good shape. You know, Lego stuff gets trashed when kids get a hold of it. A couple of accessories, nothing real crazy there. Let's talk about some of the more unique stuff. And before I do that, I want to point out, this was all pretty old stuff. I did have this little unique pile of more modern stuff in there. Wasn't really expecting to see that. I got this TNT block, maybe Minecraft, probably Minecraft. Let me know if you know below. This is a much more modern piece than you would expect to see in this bin. And also I got some dark red stuff, much more modern than you would expect to see in this bin. And then I got some of the newer grays. That jumper's a newer piece, and the new dark gray. This color of trans orange was not around in this era, and nor was a bright green. This came shortly after, but still a little newer. So kind of cool to see there was some kind of modern stuff in there as well. So these were real interesting. I have no idea what that's from. Let me know below in the comments if you know what sets these come from, because these are cool. Guessing something space related, but these are printed. These are printed on there, not stickers. Really unique piece I have never seen, or two pieces. This is a piece. This, like right here, this little piece, I'm not going to show it to you yet. This made like this whole thing worth it. This is like the piece Lego should have never retired. It's got the ball that fits in any of the mixel joints and just a 1x1 round on it. I don't know why they don't make these anymore. They usually, when I've seen them, have been used for like the hands on like those Technic figures, but you can't find these. You can't buy these. They're a piece that would be so handy, and Lego said, nope, no thank you. So that's a great find right there. This I have never seen. It is Lego. Let's see if I can show you the logos right on top. Lego. It's a turntable. It's got some like metal contacts down there. What is that all about? I have never seen this. I have no idea what that's from. Please, if you know what this is, let me know below in the comments. That is cool. And then palm leaf. Not too exciting. I have one more Lego piece I want to show you at the end, but this one, this marble. Why am I bringing up a little marble? I have a whole bucket of these at my parents' house. And one night we were knocking around looking at old toys and stuff. We started Googling these or eBaying these. These little marbles, tell me if I'm wrong. I need somebody who's a marble expert. These are going for a lot of money. I mean, on eBay, one of these marbles, I Google image searched it, and the eBay listings came up. Anywhere from like $10 to $22 for a marble. I literally have a whole coffee can of them. And I don't know why they're worth that much. I mean, these were things we destroyed when we were kids. I'd smash these with hammers when I was bored because I was a destructive kid at times. But there was marble in there. If that's worth $20, that's awesome. If it is worth $20, I have no idea why. Or you're probably going to say, no, Chris, those are made in China. The real ones were from Germany, and that's why they're $20. You've got a fake. Who knows? But There's a marble. Anyway, back onto Lego. This piece threw me for a loop. I saw this in there and I was like, oh, that's fake. That's Mega or something. It's not Lego. The color is crazy. It's not fake. It's got a crazy texture. It's got a crazy color. Here, let me put a regular red on there. Look at the difference. Like, this is the color Lego needs to make. Like that terracotta. This is like, oh, I can't even gonna say this. This is almost better than sand red. I want bricks in this color. This would be so handy. Anyway, look right here on the bottom. Oh, focus. Focus. Where's my camera? Focus. Can't even see in there. You have to trust me on this. This is Lego. It's flexible. It's got a matte finish, and the color is crazy. But that is a Lego. I've never seen anything like that. Please let me know if you know anything about that piece, that color, why it's like that, what it came from, anything you know about this, let me know. That's awesome. So got some treasures in there. Fun little find. Thank you to my coworker who gave this to me. Thought this would make a fun little video. Please let me know below any details you know about any of this cool stuff. Hope you guys like this video. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. We do more just like this in the future. That's life for this time, and we will see you next time.